The day of the global announcement arrived. Kira stood before the human leaders in their United Nations building. Her tall purple form contrasted with the smaller humans around her. Catherine stood nearby, ready to assist if needed. The room fell, silent as cameras focused on the alien ambassador. Kira spoke in clear, simple English, her voice melodic yet strong. People of Earth, I come with an invitation. My world Zolax is part of a community of 37 spacefaring species. We have watched your progress for centuries. Your art, your music, your determination to explore, despite your physical limitations, have impressed us greatly. We believe you are ready to join our galactic family. She paused, letting her words sink in. The Galactic Council offers knowledge, medicine, technology, and protection. But we do not wish to overwhelm your culture. We respect your independence. Your world will remain your own. We seek partnership, not control. The human leaders asked many questions. How would this change Earth? Would aliens live among humans? What technologies would be shared? Kira answered patiently, explaining the careful integration process that had worked for other young species. After the formal meeting ended, Catherine took Kira to a small room where they could speak privately. That went well, she said. You made a strong impression. Kira tilted her head. The crystal I gave you is glowing brighter. You feel happy? Catherine smiled. Yes, I do. This is historic. My children and grandchildren will live in a different world because of today. Kira was curious about this concept of future generations. On Zolax, we live 400 of your years. Our children are rare and precious. How many offspring do you have? None yet. Catherine replied. I hope to have a family someday. She paused, looking directly at Kira's silver eyes. Would you tell me something not as diplomats but as friends? What do you personally think of humans? Kira considered the question. I find your species fascinating. You live such short, intense lives. Every moment matters to you. On my world, we plan in centuries. You plan in days or years. Yet you accomplish so much. Your music especially touches me in ways I cannot explain. Catherine seemed pleased. Would you like to learn more about our music? I could take you to more concerts or show you different styles. Over the next month, Kira divided her time between official meetings and cultural exploration. Catherine became her constant companion, introducing her to human experiences. Each day brought new discoveries. They visited museums, listened to music from classical to jazz, watched films, and tried foods that Kira could safely consume. Catherine introduced Kira to her family. Her mother, Betty, welcomed the alien with warmth, while her younger sister, Laura, asked endless questions about space travel. The family dinner was a new experience for Kira, who was used to formal gatherings, not casual meals with laughter and stories. One evening, Catherine took Kira to a beach at sunset. The alien ambassador walked barefoot, feeling earth sand between her toes for the first time. The ocean reminded her of the silver seas of Zolax, yet the salt smell was different. The sky turned beautiful colors as the sun disappeared. This is my favorite place, Catherine said. I come here to think. Kira understood why. The beauty is calming. She looked at her human friend in the fading light. Catherine had become important to her in ways she had not anticipated. The mission parameters did not prepare her for forming personal attachments. Back at the diplomatic compound, Kira received a message from the Zolaxian High Council. They were pleased with her progress, but warned her not to become too attached to any individual human. The message troubled her. Captain Ilara noticed her concern. Is something wrong? Ambassador Kira shared the message. I believe they worry I am becoming too close to the humans, particularly. Catherine Ilara nodded carefully. We must remember our purpose. We are here to evaluate humanity as a whole, not to form individual bonds. But isn't that how we truly understand another species, through personal connection? Kira argued. The next day, Catherine noticed Kira's distraction. Is everything all right? You seem troubled. Kira decided honesty was best. My superiors caution against forming close friendships with humans. They fear it might cloud my judgment. Catherine looked hurt, I see. They think I'm trying to influence you. No. Kira reached out with her lower right. And it is not about you specifically. It is about maintaining objectivity. But I find myself questioning this approach. How can I truly know your species without knowing individuals? Catherine took Kira's hand. Her fingers felt warm against Kira's cooler skin. For what it's worth, I think you're right. Relationships between people build bridges between worlds. As weeks passed, Kira continued sending detailed reports to Zolax. She described human technological achievements, social structures, and cultural expressions, but she also included personal observations about human resilience and emotional depth. She believed these qualities made humans valuable potential allies. The Zolaxian Council sent more scientists and diplomats to Earth, expanding the mission. Kira remained the lead ambassador, but now had a team of 20 specialists studying different aspects of human civilization. Kira introduced Catherine to the new arrivals, including Nara, a Zolaxian cultural expert. The three spent many evenings discussing the differences and similarities between their species. Nara was initially formal, but soon warmed to Catherine's friendly nature. Catherine seemed fascinated by Zolaxian family structures. You say your people mate for life and raise only 2 or 3 children over centuries. How do you choose a partner? Nara explained. We form mental connections that grow stronger over time. Some call it soul bonding. It begins as friendship deepens to respect, then love. It cannot be forced. Kira listened, feeling strangely uncomfortable. She changed the subject, asking about human education systems. Later, Nara spoke privately to Kira. You are developing feelings for the human aren't. You, Kira, did not deny it. She has qualities that draw me to her. Her curiosity, her kindness, her passion for learning. I find myself thinking of her even when we are apart. Nara looked concerned. This complicates the mission. The council will not approve. I know, Kira admitted. But I cannot help what I feel. Is it so wrong to connect with someone who represents the best of her species? The situation grew more complex when Earth leaders invited a small group of humans to visit Zolax. Catherine was selected as part of the delegation. Kira felt both excited and nervous at the prospect of showing Catherine her homeworld. When Kira told Catherine the news, the human woman's face lit up with joy. I can't believe it, she said. This is amazing. I never imagined I'd travel to another planet. Kira smiled, seeing the genuine excitement. The journey takes 20 Earth days. Our ships are fast, but the distance is great. You will be in stasis for most of the trip. Catherine hugged Kira impulsively, catching the ambassador by surprise. Zolaxians rarely embraced, but Kira found herself returning, the gesture wrapping her forearms gently around the smaller human. Thank you, she whispered, for helping me see your world through new eyes. That night, Kira recorded a private message for the High Council, requesting permission to serve as Catherine's personal guide on Zolax. She knew this request would raise questions, but she believed the connection between them served the greater mission. It showed that humans and Zolaxians could form meaningful bonds despite their differences. As preparations for the Zolax journey began, Kira realized how much Earth had changed her. She came as an observer but became a participant. She came to study humans but found herself learning about her own capacity for change and growth. Kira looked out the window of the spacecraft as it approached the blue planet for the first time. Her species, the Zolaxians, had watched humans from afar for centuries, but this was the first official contact. She had studied Earth culture for 20 years, which made her the perfect choice as ambassador. Her purple skin glowed softly in the dim light of the cabin, while her forearms adjusted the ceremonial robes. The ship entered Earth atmosphere, causing slight turbulence. Kira felt her hearts beat faster with excitement. Her captain Ilara approached and bowed. We will land at the designated site in 10 minutes, Ambassador. Are you ready for this historic moment? Kira nodded. I have prepared my whole life for this meeting. The humans know we come in peace. The landing was smooth on an open field near a small government facility in the American Midwest. A group of humans waited at the bottom of the ramp. Kira studied them through the view screen, noting their various shapes and colors. The lead human, a female with short blonde hair, wore a formal blue suit. Captain Ilara stood beside Kira. Remember our protocols. No sudden movements, keep communication simple. They are a young species but show great potential. Kira took a deep breath and activated the translation device on her neck. The small silver disc would convert her musical language to English. When the door opened, she smelled earth air for the first time. It was rich with scents unknown on her world. She walked slowly, down the ramp, her 7-foot-tall frame moving gracefully. Despite Earth gravity being stronger than her homeworld, she stopped before the human delegation and raised all 4 hands in the traditional Zolaxian greeting. The blonde woman stepped forward. Greetings, Ambassador Kira. I am Catherine Miller, representing the United Earth Council. We welcome you to our planet. Kira lowered her hands and bowed slightly as she practiced. I bring peace and friendship from Zolax. We have watched your world with great interest. Your species shows remarkable potential. Catherine smiled. We have much to learn from each other. Please follow me to our facility where you can rest before the formal meetings begin. The human delegation led Kira and her small team to a building designed specifically for the alien visitors. The ceilings were higher, the doorways wider, and the furniture built to support their heavier bodies. Kira appreciated these thoughtful accommodations. Catherine remained as their guide. This room has been adjusted to match Zolaxian atmospheric preferences. We studied the data you sent ahead, she explained. We want you to feel comfortable during your stay. Kira nodded. I am impressed by your attention to detail. Your species adapts quickly. That evening, Catherine showed Kira to a private garden where they could speak informally. The human seemed curious but respectful. Your message said you have been studying us. What have you learned about humans? Kira looked up at the stars, visible through the glass ceiling. We have observed your rapid development from primitive technology to space exploration in mere centuries. Our species took thousands of years to achieve the same. Your adaptability fascinates us. Catherine sat on a bench. May I ask about your world? Kira described Zolax with its 3 moons and rings, the purple forests and crystal cities, the way her people lived in harmony with their environment for 50,000 years. We are an old species. Our progress was steady but slow. We lack your creative spark. They talked for hours. Kira explained Zolaxian biology. Their 3 hearts, their regenerative skin, their longer lifespans. Catherine shared stories of human history, art, and music. The next morning, formal meetings began. Kira met with scientists, politicians, and military leaders. Many seemed nervous around her, but Catherine remained calm and friendly, serving as a bridge between the species. During a break, Catherine brought Kira a gift, a small potted plant. This is called a violet. Its color reminded me of your skin. Kira was touched by the gesture. On my world, gift giving signifies trust. She reached into her robe and removed a small crystal. This grows on Zolax. It responds to emotions, changing color slightly. When you feel joy, it will glow. Catherine held the crystal, which immediately turned a soft blue. Is this good? Kira made a sound like gentle bells. That means you are curious and open. That is very good. Over the next few days, Kira observed humans closely. They were physically weaker than Zolaxians, but their emotions were stronger. They felt everything deeply. They laughed, cried, argued, and made peace with intensity that surprised her. She recorded everything in her daily reports to her homeworld. Catherine introduced Kira to human foods, music, and art. Though Kira could not eat most earth foods, she enjoyed the smells and textures. Human music especially moved her. The complex harmonies were unlike anything on Zolax. One evening, Catherine took Kira to a small concert. A woman played an instrument called a cello. The sound made Kira's heart ache with its beauty. When the music ended, she noticed moisture on Catherine's face. Are you unwell? Kira asked. Concerned, Catherine smiled. No, these are happy tears. Sometimes beautiful things make humans cry. Kira was confused but fascinated. Your emotions connect so directly to your physical form. As the first week ended, Kira prepared for the most important meeting with Earth leaders. She would present the formal invitation for humans to join the Galactic Council. This was the true purpose of her visit, to welcome humans to the wider universe. Catherine helped her understand human protocols. The meeting would be broadcast worldwide. Your words will reach billions of people, she explained. Are you nervous? Kira considered the question. On Zolax, we do not feel nervousness the way humans do. But I understand the importance of this moment. I must represent my people well, while respecting yours. It is a great responsibility. Catherine touched Kira's lower arm gently. You will do fine. Just speak honestly about why your people want this connection. The touch was unexpected. Zolaxians rarely made physical contact, but Kira found it reassuring. She looked at the human woman who had become more than just a guide in a short time. She realized something important was happening between their worlds, and it started with two individuals building trust, one conversation at a time. The final week on Zolax brought new challenges. The Pure Earth attack on diplomats had increased security concerns. Some council members still questioned whether humans were ready for advanced technologies. Elder Tala organized a special meeting, where the human delegation would present their case for full membership. Before the presentation, Catherine asked Kira for advice. What should we focus on? The council seems concerned about our warlike history. Kira considered this. Be honest about your struggles, but show how humans learn from mistakes. The council respects growth, not perfection. The human delegation prepared diligently. They created displays showing Earth's progress toward unity, environmental restoration, and peaceful cooperation. Catherine would lead the presentation as she had gained the most respect among the Zolaxians. The day arrived. The Great Council chamber was filled with not only council members, but representatives from other galactic species who had traveled to witness this historic event. The human delegation entered wearing formal Earth clothes combined with Zolaxian symbolic sashes. Catherine stepped forward, her voice steady, honored council members and galactic representatives. We come before you as students ready to learn. We do not claim perfection. Our history contains both great achievements and terrible mistakes. But we believe our capacity to change, to adapt, and to grow makes us worthy partners in the galactic community. She gestured to displays showing Earth's art music, scientific discoveries, and humanitarian efforts. We create, we explore, we feel deeply. And yes, sometimes we fight. But each generation has built more bridges and fewer weapons as Catherine spoke. Kira noticed the council. Members communing telepathically, sharing impressions. Their auras showed mostly positive responses, especially from the younger members. Though some elders remained skeptical, Catherine concluded, we ask for your guidance, not just your technology. We offer our creativity, our passion, and our commitment to a shared future. We are young, but we are ready to join your community as respectful partners. Elder Tala rose, all forearms extended. The council will deliberate. Please wait in the antechamber. Humans were escorted to a waiting room. Their nervous energy filled the space. Catherine paced, unable to sit still. Did I say enough? Was it too emotional? Zolaxians value logic over feeling. Kira joined them, bringing refreshments. You spoke well, Catherine. The council is impressed by your honesty. Most species try to hide their flaws when seeking membership. Hours passed. Finally, a chime announced the council's decision. The humans returned to the chamber. Elder Tala stood at the center, her expression unreadable to human eyes. People of Earth, the council has reached consensus. We accept Earth as a probationary member of the galactic community. For the next 50 years, we will gradually share knowledge and technology. A permanent embassy will be established on Earth, and human representatives will join our central institutions. The human delegation could barely contain their excitement. This was the best possible outcome. Catherine smiled at Kira, who stood with the Zolaxian officials. Elder Tala continued, One final matter remains. We must appoint a permanent ambassador to facilitate this transition. Someone who understands both worlds. She turned to Kira. Ambassador Kira, you have served with distinction. The Council requests you continue in this role permanently. Kira bowed deeply. I accept this honor with gratitude. Later that evening, a celebration took place in the Crystal Gardens. Music filled the air as humans and Zolaxians mingled. Kira found Catherine standing alone watching the 3 moons rise. You seem thoughtful, Kira said, joining her. Catherine nodded. We return to Earth tomorrow. Part of me isn't ready to leave. Your world is so beautiful. Kira felt the same melancholy. I will follow in 2 weeks to establish the permanent embassy. She hesitated, then added, I requested housing near your city if that is acceptable. Catherine's face brightened. Very acceptable. In fact, I was going to offer to help you find a place as they talked. Nara approached them with an unusual expression. Kira immediately noticed something was wrong. What troubles you, friend? Nara glanced at Catherine, then spoke in Zolaxian. The security team has intercepted a message. There is a planned attack on the human delegation when you return to Earth. The Pure Earth group knows your arrival location. Catherine sensed the tension. What is it? What's wrong? Kira explained the threat. Catherine paled but remained calm. We should alert Earth security immediately. Work with them to change our arrival protocols. Kira admired her composure. I will speak with Elder Tala. We can provide protective technology for your journey. The celebration continued, but with heightened security. Kira noticed Catherine speaking intently with her fellow humans, planning their response. To the threat, their adaptability impressed her. Once again, humans showed their strength in crisis. The next morning, Kira met with Catherine before departure. Our security team will accompany you. Their shields can stop projectile weapons. We have also changed your landing location. Only a few trusted officials know the new coordinates. Catherine took Kira's hands in hers. Thank you. She looked into the alien's silver eyes. I wish our worlds were meeting under simpler circumstances. Kira felt the warmth of Catherine's touch. The path to understanding is rarely simple, but it is worth walking as the humans prepared to board their transport. Elder Tala approached with a small delegation. Catherine Miller, the elder said formally, the council wishes to honor your wisdom and courage. She presented Catherine with a crystal pendant similar to the one Kira had given her, but larger and more elaborate. This is a soul stone. It connects to your emotions and will glow when you experience harmony. It also serves as a direct communication link to our embassy. You are the first human to receive this honor. Catherine accepted it with reverence. I will treasure this symbol of connection between our worlds. The journey back to Earth was tense, but uneventful. The Zolaxian security team maintained constant vigilance. Catherine used the time to prepare reports and recommendations for Earth governments. The soulstone pendant never left her neck, glowing softly with a blue light that indicated her focused determination. When they arrived on Earth at the secret location, a combined human and Zolaxian security force met them. Intelligence services had identified the Pure Earth leaders and arrested several members planning the attack. The threat had been neutralized, but everyone remained cautious. Catherine was immediately called to a high-level meeting with world leaders. She would present the Council's decision and the terms of Earth's probationary membership. Kira remained on the Zolaxian ship monitoring communications from both worlds. 2 days passed before they could meet again. Catherine looked exhausted but happy. It has been non-stop meetings and briefings, she explained as they walked through a secure garden. The leaders are excited but nervous. Some worry about losing Earth's independence, others see only opportunities. Kira understood. This is natural. The same debates happened on Zolax. Some fear change, others embrace it. Catherine stopped to look at Earth flowers. How strange they seemed after seeing the luminous plants of Zolax. Everything looks different now. My own world feels both familiar and new. Kira felt the same disorientation. Each world changes how we see the other. For the next week, Catherine helped Kira prepare for her permanent assignment. They selected a suitable location for the Zolaxian embassy, a large property outside Washington with enough space for their unique architecture. The first team of Zolaxian scientists and diplomats would arrive within a month one evening. Catherine invited Kira to her home for dinner. It was a small apartment filled with books, music, and artwork. Kira was touched by this glimpse into Catherine's personal life. "This is where you live when not working with aliens," Catherine laughed. "Yes, my humble space." "Nothing like your crystal towers." Kira looked around with interest. "I see you everywhere in this place. The colors, the objects, they tell your story." She picked up a photograph of Catherine with an older woman. "Your mother?" "Yes," Catherine smiled. "We are close. She wants to meet you." As they shared a meal, Catherine prepared foods Kira could eat while explaining the significance of each dish. Kira noticed how comfortable she felt in this human space, so different from her own world. Yet, there was something familiar in the feeling of belonging. After dinner, they sat talking about the future of Earth-Zolax relations. The integration would take decades, but the foundation was strong. Catherine touched the soul stone around her neck. It glowed with a purple light. Elder Tala said, "This connects to emotions." "What does this color mean?" Kira felt a moment of hesitation. "This color is rare. It indicates deep harmony between souls. Our people believe it shows a special connection." Catherine looked at her curiously. "Like friendship more than friendship," Kira said softly. "On my world, when two beings share this resonance, they often form lifelong bonds." She paused, uncertain how to explain Zolaxian concepts of soul partnership in human terms. Catherine seemed to understand the unspoken meaning. Her expression softened. "Is that possible? Between different species?" Kira met her gaze. "The Galactic Council has recorded 23 cases of cross-species soul harmony in 10,000 years. It is rare, but recognize." The soul stone glowed brighter as Catherine moved closer. "And what happens in these cases? They form a bond, recognized across worlds," Kira explained. "They share a connection that transcends physical differences. They become ambassadors between species in the truest sense." Catherine touched Kira's hand gently. "Is that what is happening with us?" The day of departure arrived. The human delegation consisted of 5 people, including Catherine. They gathered at the Zolaxian ship with their specially packed supplies. Each human received a medical implant to help them adapt to Zolaxian gravity and atmosphere. Kira greeted them at the boarding ramp. "Welcome to the Stellar Harmony. This vessel will be your home for the next 20 days. Our medical team has prepared your stasis chambers for the journey." Catherine looked up at the massive ship. With wonder, "It's beautiful. The design is so different from our ships." Kira guided them inside, explaining Zolaxian technology. The ship was alive in many ways, with organic components integrated into the mechanical systems. The walls changed color subtly, responding to emotions and needs. The humans were fascinated before entering stasis. Catherine spoke privately with Kira. "I'm a little nervous about the stasis process." "Will it hurt?" Kira shook her head. "No. You will feel nothing. It will seem like closing your eyes and opening them again moments later, though 20 days will have passed." She hesitated, then added, "I will be there when you wake." The journey to Zolax proceeded smoothly. Kira spent the time preparing reports and studying the latest information from both worlds. The Galactic Council had approved Earth's preliminary membership pending final reviews. Earth governments were already implementing changes to prepare for new technologies. When the ship approached Zolax, Kira went to the stasis chamber to be present for Catherine's awakening. The human woman opened her eyes, slowly blinking in the soft purple light. "Kira," she whispered. "Are we there?" "Yes." Kira helped her sit up. "How do you feel?" Catherine took a moment to assess herself. "Different, but good. The implant seems to be working." The humans gathered on the observation deck for their first view of Zolax. The planet looked magical, with its 3 moons and glittering rings. The surface shimmered with purple and silver land masses surrounded by deep blue oceans. "It's breathtaking." Catherine said. The colors are like nothing on Earth. Kira felt pride hearing the admiration in Catherine's voice. The diplomatic team will meet us at the landing site. Your visit is considered highly important. Many wish to meet the first humans on Zolax. The ship descended through pearly clouds revealing crystal cities rising from purple forests. The architecture was organic with buildings that seemed to grow from the landscape. The landing pad extended from a towering structure of crystal and living metal. When the doors opened, the humans gasped at their first breath of Zolaxian air. It was sweet and dense, filled with subtle scents. The gravity was lighter, making them feel bouncy despite the adjustments. From their implants, a delegation of Zolaxian officials waited to greet them. Their purple and blue skin tones varied in shade and pattern. All had 4 arms, but their heights and builds differed. The leader stepped forward, a tall female with elaborate, silver markings on her face. Kira bowed deeply. Honored Elder Tala, I present the delegation from Earth. Elder Tala raised all 4 hands in welcome. Humans of Earth, you honor us with your presence. Your journey marks the beginning of a new chapter in galactic history. The official reception lasted hours with speeches and ceremonial exchanges of gifts. The humans were given traditional Zolaxian robes to wear adapted for their 2 armed bodies. They were then shown to their quarters in the diplomatic tower. Catherine marveled at her room. The walls glowed softly, changing colors as she moved about. The furniture adjusted to her body automatically. The window offered a view of the central city with its network of crystal bridges and flying vehicles. Kira visited her that evening. How are you adapting? Catherine smiled. Still processing everything. It's overwhelming, but in the best possible way. The implant helps, but some things feel strange. The air tastes different. The colors are more intense. Even sounds seem to vibrate differently. Kira nodded. These sensations are normal. Your brain is adjusting to our world. She sat beside Catherine on a couch that molded to support them both. The next few days will be busy. The Council wishes to evaluate your group, to confirm Earth's readiness for full membership. Catherine looked concerned. What exactly are they evaluating? How you respond to our world, your ability to adapt, your openness to different ways of thinking. Kira explained. The Council wants to ensure humans can integrate into galactic society without conflict. The following days were filled with meetings, tours, and cultural exchanges. The humans met. Scientists, artists, and ordinary citizens. They visited schools, museums, and natural wonders. Catherine showed particular interest in Zolaxian music, attending several concerts and learning about their unusual instruments. One evening, after a long day of diplomatic meetings, Kira took Catherine to her family home outside the city. It was a graceful structure that blended with the surrounding forest. Her parent Mora welcomed them with traditional hospitality. Catherine was honored to be invited to a family home. She presented Mora with a gift from Earth, a small olive tree in a decorative pot. On Earth, this represents peace and friendship. Mora accepted it with all 4 hands. This will grow in our garden as a symbol of our world's connection. During the meal, Catherine asked about Zolaxian childhood. Kira translated as Mora explained their long development process. Children spent 50 years learning before taking adult roles in society. Catherine seemed fascinated by this concept. No wonder your civilization is so stable. You have such long perspectives. Your children have time to truly master knowledge later. Mora spoke privately to Kira in their native language. She shines brightly, this human. Her mind is quick. Her heart is open. I understand why you requested to be her guide. Kira felt relief at her parents' approval. The other council members questioned my objectivity. Mora made a gesture of wisdom. Sometimes the heart sees what is right when logic cannot. As the Earth delegation began their second week on Zolax, a message arrived from Earth. A group called Pure Earth had attacked several Zolaxian diplomats. They opposed alien influence, claiming it threatened human independence. 3 Zolaxians were injured, 1 seriously. The news shocked the human delegation. Catherine was devastated. I can't believe this happened. These extremists don't represent humanity. Please know that Elder Tala called an emergency council meeting. The humans were asked to remain in their quarters while the Zolaxians discussed the situation. Kira found Catherine in her room, pacing anxiously. This is terrible. Kira, what if the council decides humans are too dangerous, too unpredictable? Kira sat with her. I have spoken with Elder Tala. The council understands these attackers are a small minority. They will not judge all humans by the actions of few. Still, Catherine worried, what does this mean for the relationship between our worlds? The next day, Elder Tala summoned the human delegation to the council chamber. The great hall was filled with representatives from all Zolaxian regions. The humans looked, small and vulnerable, standing before them. Elder Tala spoke formally. Humans of Earth. We have considered recent events. Some council members suggest withdrawing from Earth until your people resolve their internal conflicts. She paused, looking at each human. The room was silent. Others believe isolation would only strengthen those who fear difference. We must decide whether to continue our path toward integration. Catherine stepped forward respectfully. Honored elder members of the council, I speak, not as an official, but as a human who has walked on your world and been welcomed into your homes. The attackers on Earth fear what they do not understand. But fear is not overcome by distance. It is overcome by connection, by knowledge, by friendship. She gestured to Kira. Ambassador Kira has shown me the beauty of your world and your people. Because of her, I now see the universe differently. I ask you not to judge humanity by its worst members, but by its potential to grow. The council chamber remained silent as Zolaxians communicated telepathically, sharing their thoughts. Finally, Elder Tala spoke. Your words show wisdom. Catherine Miller. The council has decided to continue the integration process with increased security. We will not abandon. The path of connection relief washed over the human delegation. Kira felt pride in Catherine's courage and wisdom. Later that evening, Kira visited Catherine in the gardens of the diplomatic tower. The moons cast silver light on the crystal structures. You spoke well before the council. Your words changed many minds. Catherine looked up at the alien sky. The stars looked different from this world so far from Earth. I meant what I said. Kira, meeting you has changed me. I see beyond my own small world. Now Kira sat beside her. On my first day on Earth, you asked what I thought of humans personally. Now I ask you, what do you think of Zolaxians after living among us? Catherine considered the question. You live with such harmony and purpose. Your long lives give you patience we lack, but you also seem surprised by human spontaneity, our capacity for rapid change and adaptation. I think our species complement each other. As they talked, the garden plants responded to their emotions, glowing softly and releasing sweet scents. Neither noticed how the colors shifted to the rare pattern that Zolaxians recognized as soul harmony, the first sign of a deep connection forming between two beings. 2 months passed. The Zolaxian embassy took shape on Earth. A beautiful structure of crystal and living metal grew from the ground, incorporating Earth plants and materials. The building itself represented the merging of two worlds. Kira officially began her role as permanent ambassador with Catherine as her human liaison. The integration process moved forward carefully. Advanced medical technology came first. Zolaxian healers worked with human doctors to cure diseases that had plagued Earth. For centuries, clean energy systems followed, reducing pollution and climate damage. Knowledge flowed between worlds, with students from Earth studying on Zolax and Zolaxian scholars learning at human universities. Not everyone welcomed these changes. The Pure Earth movement continued their protests, though with less violence, as people saw the benefits of alien technology. Some religious groups questioned the spiritual implications of contact with alien life. But most humans embraced the new relationship with enthusiasm and hope. Kira and Catherine worked closely together. Their days filled with meetings, presentations, and diplomatic functions. Their evenings often spent in private conversation. The soul harmony between them grew stronger. Recognized by all Zolaxians who encountered them, Elder Tala visited Earth to see this rare connection herself. After inspecting the embassy, Elder Tala met with Kira and Catherine in the Crystal Garden. The ancient Zolaxians studied them carefully. You two have formed a bond that transcends normal diplomatic relations. This is unexpected but potentially valuable. Catherine looked concerned. Is this a problem for the council elder? Tala made a gesture of reassurance. No, it is considered an honor. The council believes such connections strengthen our mutual understanding. She turned to Kira. However, tradition requires formal recognition. If you wish to pursue this bond, Kira felt suddenly nervous. What is she saying? Catherine asked. Kira explained. In our culture, when soul harmony occurs between two beings, they may choose to formalize their connection. It is similar to your concept of marriage, but deeper. It joins not just lives, but souls. Catherine looked surprised, then thoughtful. Is this why you seem distracted lately? You were worried about this. Kira nodded. I did not wish to complicate our work or pressure you with Zolaxian customs. Elder Tala spoke again. I will return to Zolax tomorrow. You have time to consider this matter. Left them alone in the garden. Catherine sat quietly for a moment. How would such a bond work between us? We are so different. Our lifespans, our biology, our worlds. Kira joined her on the bench. There would be challenges. Yes, I will live 4 times longer than you. Our physical forms are not compatible in the ways human partnerships might be, but the soul connection transcends these differences. And what would it mean for our work? Catherine asked. The council would likely assign us as permanent joint ambassadors. Kira explained we would represent not just our separate worlds but the possibility of true integration. We would divide our time between Earth and Zolax. Catherine touched the soul stone which glowed with intense purple light. I need time to think. This is so much more than I expected when I was assigned to greet an alien diplomat. Kira placed one hand gently on Catherine's. Take all the time you need. This decision must come from certainty, not obligation. The next few weeks were busy with diplomatic work. Catherine traveled to several countries explaining the benefits of Zolaxian technology. Kira met with scientists, sharing knowledge that would help Earth join the galactic community. They maintained their professional relationship, but both felt the unresolved question between them. One evening, Catherine invited Kira to the beach where they had once watched the sunset. Together, they walked along the shore. The soul stone glowed brightly against Catherine's chest. I have been thinking about what Elder Tala said, Catherine began. About the soul bond, I spoke with my family. Tried to explain what it would mean. Kira listened, feeling her heart's race. Did they understand? My mother said something interesting. Catherine smiled. She said, love always finds its own form. It's never the same for any two people. Even between humans, partnerships take countless shapes. She told me to follow my heart, not conventions. Kira felt hope rising. What does your heart tell you? Catherine stopped walking and turned to face the alien woman. It tells me that in all the vastness of space I found someone who understands me, someone who sees the universe with wonder and wisdom, someone I can't imagine my life without now. She took a deep breath. Is that what your people call soul harmony? Kira nodded, her silver eyes shining. Yes, that is exactly what it means. Catherine took Kira's lower hands in hers. Then I accept this bond. Whatever challenges come, whatever differences we face, we will find our way. Months later, representatives from 38 worlds gathered on Zolax to witness something unprecedented. A formal soul binding between a human and a Zolaxian. The ceremony took place in the ancient crystal grove where Zolaxians had celebrated important transitions for millennia. Catherine wore a gown that combined Earth and Zolaxian designs. The fabric changed colors with her emotions now glowing with happy blue and purple tones. Kira wore traditional robes with symbols representing both worlds. Elder Tala led the ceremony. Two beings from distant worlds have discovered harmony between their souls. This rare connection bridges not just two lives, but two species, two histories, two futures. Catherine and Kira stood within a circle of light. Their families watched from nearby. Catherine's mother and sister had traveled from Earth along with important human dignitaries. Kira's parent Mora stood with other Zolaxian elders. The ritual was simple. Catherine and Kira placed their hands on a shared soul stone larger than the one Catherine wore. This crystal would be kept in the garden of their home, a symbol of their connection. They spoke promises in both languages, vowing to honor each other's worlds, to build understanding between their peoples and to walk together through whatever challenges came. When the ceremony ended, the gardens erupted in light as the plants responded to the emotional energy. The gathered representatives from across the galaxy celebrated this new kind of connection. Many saw it as a symbol of what the galactic community could become, diverse beings finding harmony despite differences. Later, Catherine and Kira stood alone on a crystal balcony overlooking the silver seas of Zolak's 3 moons illuminated, the water creating paths of light across the waves. "This feels like a dream," Catherine said. "Our journey began with first contact, and now here we are making history again." Kira wrapped her lower arms around Catherine while her upper hands gestured toward the stars. Sometimes the universe creates unexpected patterns. Even with all our knowledge, we could not have predicted this connection. Catherine leaned against her alien partner. The soul stone between them glowed with perfect harmony. "We have so much work ahead, helping Earth join the galactic community, overcoming fears and prejudices, building bridges between worlds. And we have our own journey," Kira added, "learning to blend our different lives, finding our place between 2 worlds." They would divide their time between planets, their home on Earth designed with Zolaxian touches, their home on Zolax adapted for human comfort. They would face challenges unknown to single-species couples. Catherine's shorter lifespan remained a difficult reality they would eventually face, but both believed the connection they shared was worth any obstacle. 1 year after first contact, Earth welcomed representatives from 12 worlds for the first Galactic Council session held on human soil. The event marked Earth's growing role in interstellar relations. Catherine and Kira led the proceedings, their unique partnership a living example of successful integration. After the formal meetings, they hosted a celebration combining traditions from multiple worlds. Human music played alongside alien compositions. Earth foods were served with dishes from distant planets. The garden of the Zolaxian embassy glowed with plants from 20 worlds, all responding to the emotional energy of the gathered species. Elder Tala found Catherine and Kira greeting guests together. The old Zolaxian made a gesture of approval. "You have done well. The Council is pleased with Earth's progress." Catherine smiled. "We had excellent teachers." Tala looked between them. "Your bond has strengthened. Some doubted it would last across such differences." Kira took Catherine's hand. "We learn from each other every day. The differences between us create growth, not distance." That night, after the guests departed, Catherine and Kira stood in their garden watching Earth stars so different from the constellations of Zolax. Catherine touched the soul stone at her throat. "Do you ever regret your choice? Accepting a human partner with such a short life?" Kira considered the question. "Our different lifespans troubled me at first, but your human perspective taught me something valuable. The brevity of your lives gives each moment meaning. In my culture, we think in centuries, sometimes missing the beauty of days. You taught me to value now." Catherine smiled. "I learned the opposite from you, to see beyond my short human concerns, to consider consequences across generations, to value patience and long thinking." Together, they had become more than either could be alone. Their partnership strengthened both worlds. The soul harmony between them inspired others to look beyond differences to find connection. As more species joined the galactic community, Earth and Zolax stood as examples of successful integration. "The universe," Catherine said, "looking up at the stars is so much larger than we imagined. And yet Kira finished the thought, finding understanding across such vast distances may be the greatest discovery of all."